because he be talking a lot of shit to my son, and I want my son to beat the shit out of William White. You look at me, William White. I want my son to beat the shit out of your ass. So we wanna go after you.
Tell us.
Those are the words of Andy Ruiz Sr. And he says he doesn't know who his son's going to fight after Chris Arreola, given the outcome. But he does say that he would like to fight this guy, Dillian Whyte. And he said that he wants his son to beat the shit out of Dillian Whyte. Let me counterpunch, people. Nothing promotes a fight like trash talk. Nothing promotes a fight like constant trash talk. And when you have other people, especially family, promoting or desiring a fight to happen, it makes it that much more dramatic, right? Andy Ruiz Sr. has heard Dillian Whyte talk about Andy Ruiz, Fat Blob, I'll beat him up. I'll do this. I'll do that. He's scared. He's a coward, and I know obviously for him to bring this up, it must bother him a bit. No father wants to hear another guy talk about him, about his son. You can ask, a lot of people that, and in times when a couple years ago, when I was countering Deontay Wilder left and right, I heard his father was pissed at me. So, that should give you an example. Like, when people hear, people talking about their kids, they don't want to hear that. I mean, who would? I wouldn't like no one talking about my kid, so like, yo, back off. But they are fighters. This is the fight game. So they need to step up, and I think his father being the manager to counter that. Yeah. If this is what you wish and desire, please, by all means, get with Eddie Hearn. Okay. Get things out in the open. Stop all the hiding. Stop all the lowballing. Stop all the whatever. Because I believe that those contracts were sent to him. He said there was no contract. There was no this, no that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't buy that. I think that Andy Ruiz was not ready for anything last year. I think he was in full recovery from whatever. Now, what we know, it makes sense. That he was dealing with certain things. And the things that he was going through, because if you think about how he said it, there was a reason he probably didn't want those fights. So if he didn't have to take those fights, if he didn't fight and he just trained, he wouldn't have to probably worry about getting tested. That's my concept on it. So, that might have been a way to get out of those type of situations because you didn't want to fight because of whatever you was taking or doing or whatever. You had to make sure whatever was in your system to be out of your system by the time the drug testing came from VADA or what have you. So, but back to Andy Ruiz Sr., it looks great. It sounds great. I want to see those guys fight. I think Andy Ruiz, the new improved guy in Canelo's camp, can muster up a great performance against anybody in the heavyweight division. How will he do against someone aggressive and, and hit with hard intentions like Dillian Whyte? Dillian Whyte is a top heavyweight, no doubt about it. And fighting somebody like Andy Ruiz could be one of those projected fights of the year. You see what I mean? Win, lose, or draw. I mean, it makes no difference to me who wins or who loses. You know what I'm saying? But I do want these guys to fight to see a possible outcome or a possible winner. That's what it's about, because we have to know what these guys are made of, and we won't know that until they fight each other. Okay, now his father's saying, hey, okay, you're dropping another seed in the ground. Let this harvest grow. Okay, let it begin. And he's the manager, so he knows what to do. He knows how to get that fight done. So I think instead of talking shit, like him, his son, and Dillian Whyte have been doing back and forth, because you have to remember, Dillian Whyte wasn't just talking shit at Andy Ruiz. It was reciprocated, people. Andy Ruiz was equally talking shit back. They were talking about memes. They were talking about this. They were talking about that. They were talking about each other. Okay, so it wasn't like Dillian Whyte was cyberbullying him or something like that, or trolling him. No, they were trolling each other, if anything. So if that's the case and that's what he wants, and his son needs a big fight after the Arreola fight, because I understand it's a tune-up, whatever, right? So he needs to step up definitely after the Arreola fight happens, and I think that would be the best route. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Andy Ruiz Sr. snapping on Dillian White, saying that he wants his son to beat the you-know-what out of you-know-what. Dillian White. Tell me what you think. Please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.